Welcome back to a new video. Today, we're talking about Google Flow and the latest updates Google has added to the platform, updates that make creating AI images and videos easier and faster than ever. We'll go over the new video model Google added called Omni Flash, and we'll also talk about the new characters feature, which lets us build a character inside our project and use it across all our videos without its appearance changing. We'll also talk about how to build an app inside Flow. If you're into artificial intelligence and you want to stay up to date with all the latest updates, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let's get started. This is the main interface of our project where we can edit and generate images, videos, and more. If you click this button in the bottom right corner, you can choose whether you want to generate images or videos. For images, there are 3 image generation models: Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, and Imagen 4. For videos, there are also several video generation models available, and at the top, we now have the latest video model, Omni Flash. Before this update, videos generated with the other models were limited to 8 seconds, and now, with the new model, videos can go up to 10 seconds. And since we're talking about the new video model, a very important new feature has been added called avatars. From the plus icon, click and then choose Avatar. In simple terms, this feature lets you add your real face and your real voice to any video you create, and every time you use your character, your voice stays the same and your face stays the same. Before, this was a real struggle because there was no AI model that could use our real voice and apply it to any video. But with the new avatar feature, we can do that very easily. You can also speak any language in your videos. So how do you create an avatar? First, click Get Started. Then a QR code will appear. Scan it with your phone, and it will ask you to say a few numbers and turn your face slightly to the right and left. And after that, it will tell you that your avatar has been created. To add the avatar or character we created to our videos, click the plus icon, choose Avatar, and then click Add to Prompt. From there, you can type a prompt to generate an image or video using your personal avatar. For example, I'll type, "Make the man ride a white horse in the forest wearing a luxurious light blue outfit that looks fit for a prince heading toward the castle," and saying, "Don't forget to support the video with a like." From here, we can control how the video is shown, and we can also choose how many videos will be generated. I'll choose one video, then click the arrow here. We wait a bit until the video is finished generating, and there it is. We can click it now to see the result.
Don't forget to support the video with a like.
As you can see, this is the result, and honestly, it's really good for such a simple prompt. But if you want even better results, all you need to do is write a more detailed and professional prompt. Another new feature added to Flow is that you can now edit the video you generated. For example, I can ask it to change the horse's color to black and change the location from a forest to a desert. And this is the result.
Don't forget to support the video with a like.
Now let's move on to the second update, which is the Creative Agent. From here, we click on Agent, and now I'm talking to an assistant that thinks with me and gives me ideas or feedback on anything I send it. The cool thing is that we can talk to it in any language. For example, I can upload a product image into the chat and say, "Change the background and place the product in 3 different locations so it looks like an ad." Then I press Enter. As soon as it starts working, you'll notice the box that was down here moves to the right, like a normal chat with a real person. Here, it tells you exactly what it's going to do or what it understood, and which images it's going to generate. If you like the suggestion, you can approve it, and if not, you can reject it and make changes. If you click this option, it will start generating future images or videos without asking you again. But I personally like to know exactly what will be generated first, so I'll just hit Approve for now. As you can see, this is the final result. You can also use the Agent feature to generate videos. For example, I'll select this image and tell it, "Create an ad for this product shot in a professional studio with soft cinematic lighting and make the ad 10 seconds long." Then from here, we click Approve. And this is the final result. Of course, the video still needs a bit of editing, and it is a short ad, so you can either edit it as I showed you recently, or go back to the agent and ask it to create 2 or 3 ad videos for the same product that flow together. Then, when you combine them, the final result will be much better. Speaking of combining videos, you can now merge them using the new Scenes feature, which lets you combine more than one video in a single place. And of course, if there are any issues in the videos, you can still edit them with no problem. Now let's move on to the next update called Characters. This update is extremely important because it helps us keep consistency in the people we use in generation. What does that mean? It means we're literally building a character from scratch. We upload an image, choose the character's voice, and even describe how the character speaks to the AI. Once that character is built with all its details, we can use it anytime without needing to upload the image again or describe the character's appearance or voice again. So now I'm going to create a new character. I'll click Upload and upload an image. On this page, I'll click the plus icon and I'll immediately see that a prompt has been written for me to create a character sheet. Inside the brackets, I can add more details about the character's clothing and body. For example, I can say the character has an athletic body and is wearing luxurious old money summer clothes. Then I click the arrow, and this is the character, the one that will be used in any future video or image it creates for me. After the image step, we move on to choosing the voice. At the top, click Select Voice, and you'll see several voices to choose from, and you can click each one to hear it. If you like one, click Add to Character. But it's better to create a new voice from scratch, so let's click Create New Voice. I'll name the voice Adam, for example. Here we write the voice details, how the voice should sound. For example, I'll say the voice should sound like a calm man in his 20s and feel natural, not synthetic. At the top, I choose the tone of the voice. For example, let's listen to this one.
Hi there. We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud.
Hi there. We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud in a...
This one sounds good, so I'll choose it. And if I want to test how the voice will sound before building it, I can type any sentence here. For example, Welcome to the Apponomics channel. Then I press this button to listen.
Welcome to the Apponomics channel.
Nice. I really like this voice, and this is the voice that will be used automatically in any video where I add the character I created. Before, when we generated videos with VO3, we could keep the character fixed by uploading a certain image of the person we wanted in the video, but unfortunately, the voice kept changing. Now with this feature, the voice stays the same in every future video, and that is a huge step forward in AI video generation. Click Save New Voice, then choose the voice I created and click Add to Character. At the top, I'll name my character Adam, for example, and in this box here we can describe what the character is like. Does he always smile? Does he always look serious? And so on. After I finish everything, I click Done in the top right corner, and that brings me back to the main page. Now, let's try creating a video with the character we built using our agent. I'll click these 2 arrows so the chat opens here on the right, and I'll say, make me a 10-second video. Then click the @icon. I'll open Characters and Adam will appear immediately. I click Add to Prompt, and now my prompt includes the character. So the request becomes, make me a 10-second video with Adam sitting in a luxurious Italian cafe overlooking the sea, drinking tea, and says, today is a good day. Then I press Enter. Of course, it asks for permission to generate the video. I click Approve and see what it creates.
Today is a good day.
Nice! It generated the video and added the character we built together, and it also used the voice we selected. Now let's get to the last update, which is the most important one for me, the Tools section. As you can see, Flow now has a lot of new tools, and we can use them to make many tasks much easier. Now inside Flow, we can also build AI tools specialized in image generation, video generation, editing, and more. For example, here it says, build all the tools you can imagine. All you have to do is click Create Tool and write the prompt for the app you want, and Flow will build it for you. After that, you can still edit the app if there's anything you don't like, and you can use it directly inside Flow. There are also many other tools here. For example, this one can take a simple sketch and turn it into a 3D or realistic image. And this mockup tool is extremely useful for graphic designers because it lets them place their work onto realistic mockups. Let's try it. I'll click Import Image and choose, for example, the logo of the channel. Then I'll pick the mockup I want to place the logo on, like a hat, a book, a t-shirt, or in this case, I'll choose a laptop. At the bottom, I'll choose Pro for better results. And as you can see, this is the final result. There is also Shot Explorer, which lets you capture an image from different angles. There's also the Video Sketch tool, which I personally really like. It lets you turn a static sketch into motion. For example, I can write the channel name and then choose the style of motion. You can also control the brush color, thickness, and timing. I like this tool a lot because you can use it to edit videos and add your own professional subtitles. Google Flow also brought back Whisk, which had been paused for a while, and it is really a great tool. Now we can use it directly inside Flow. For those who do not know, Whisk was a tool that combined more than one element into a single image. In the subject box, you can type a prompt to generate a person, or you can choose an image of a person you already generated before or upload one from your computer. For example, I'll choose this cat image. Then below that, you can choose the scene as well. You can type a prompt to generate a scene, or upload a scene image, or pick a reference scene. For example, let's choose this park bench scene. In the last box, we write the image style: realistic, cartoon, anime, and so on. I'll choose this style and activate all images. Then in the end, I write the prompt or idea I want. For example, I can say, I want this cat sitting on the bench in the park. And when I press enter, it actually creates two images of the same cat in the place I chose, and the image is realistic, exactly matching the style I selected. And there are many other professional tools you can try as well. I'm sure you'll like them. And that's it for today's video. If anyone has any questions or suggestions, write them in the comments and I'll reply right away. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.